Now we turn to our coding framework for understanding the activities of students and educators online. Building on prior work, we present a framework that highlights student actions and educator interactions with students. First, let's look at student actions. Here we describe 3 strands of learning activities that are afforded in online social learning networks: creative production, self-directed learning, and social learning. For example, creating and posting a video is an example of the skill creation and sharing, which is aligned with the activity of creative production. Students using iRemix to make a reaction or to post a comment on work is communicating, and this is an instance of social learning. Thus, encoding the log data generated by student activity in iRemix, we look at the action, the recipient, whether the action was directed to a peer or to herself, for example, and then determine an interpretive code to make sense of the action. We then link these interpretations of the action to the 21st century skill and the type of learning activity. Here, viewing the video of a peer would be coded as view the work of others. This is linked to the idea of learning by observing and connecting with others, which we categorize as an example of social learning. Similarly, when a youth creates a video, the associated log is coded with the interpretive code create, which we then link to the 21st century activity of creative production. To understand the actions of educators, we draw from prior research that highlights the important ways that adults interact with youth to support learning. And here we show the 11 roles defined by our framework. For example, when an educator views a video or photo created by youth, the educator plays the role of audience as a way to support learning. By posting a positive comment, the educator plays the role of encourager. Now, to code the logs generated by the actions of educators, we also look at the type of action and the recipient in order to categorize the log. So if an educator views a student's video, we can automatically code it as audience. If the educator rates a student video, we can automatically code it as reflecting the evaluator role. For comments, we don't yet have methods for automatically interpreting the content, so in those cases we apply the code hand to indicate that it requires manual interpretation. So what we've put together here is a coding framework that allows us to automatically categorize the activities of participants in an online social learning network in a way that captures the actor, the action, and the recipient. Importantly, this framework builds from a conceptualization of 21st century learning skills and the kinds of student-to-educator interactions that we believe to be important. Our future work will use coded log data for pattern analysis and data mining of iRemix data. We also aim to validate our framework by comparing our analyses to external assessments and explore how it can be applied to other online learning systems.